Welcome to Over 50 TV. My name is Lou Reyes, and every time I hear that music, it kind of makes me bop around, kind of makes me jump around. I don't know why. I just like the music, and I guess that's why it is the background music for or the intro music for my Over 50 TV YouTube channel. Welcome to our show this morning. Welcome to our program. And today, what I'm going to do, I'm going to talk about career traps. I'm going to talk specifically about how to avoid 10 career traps that I think a lot of folks, especially people who are older, fall into in their career. And we're going to talk about those career traps. Before I do, though, I just want to mention that this video is sponsored by Career Fitter. If you follow my channel, then you know I'm a big believer in career aptitude tests. About 2 years, 3 years ago, I decided I was going to go ahead and review some career aptitude tests. I reviewed the 5 that I found to be among the very best. And when I took each test, I found that Career Fitter, their aptitude test just seemed to be the best fit for me. There is a free version if you want to go ahead and try it. It'll help you to find a career that better fits your skills, your personality, and your interests. Free version, there's a paid version. Take either one. If you like the free, you're happy with it, you want to dive deeper, well, then you know what, like I said, there is the paid version. So let's jump into this video. As you know, my name is Lou Reyes, and we're going to talk about, as I said, career traps. And I want to dive right into this because this morning when I received another message from a viewer who was telling me about how they hate their job, it's really affecting their health. The person told me, she actually said in her message, she cries a lot when she thinks of her job and she thinks about her boss, who she says lies all the time, treats her poorly. She's an older worker and she is just done with it. So what I told her, I'm going to tell you right now. Number one career trap to avoid is don't feel that you're trapped in a job. Don't feel you're trapped. Just plan how you are going to extract yourself from that situation, a situation that's obviously pretty bad, pretty unhealthy, and at times it can really be unhealthy. So there's a lot of folks out there that just feel like they're trapped. They're trapped in a job. And when I was back in my early days before I started my world of being an entrepreneur, entered that world. Yeah, I worked for some companies and I kind of felt I was trapped. I was married, had 2 children at that time. Now I've had 3, but I was like, I got to stay here. I have to earn a living. But what I did is I planned my exit, and that's what I'm going to ask you to do. Don't feel trapped. Plan your exit. There are always other opportunities out there. So, number 1, don't stay at a job that you hate. Number 2, important. If you feel that you're not making the money that you deserve to make, ask for a raise. Now, I used to counsel people and say, well, you know what, if they don't if they don't understand that they should be paying you more, if they don't respect you, then leave. Well, you know what, now as I've gotten older and maybe a little bit wiser, hopefully a little bit wiser anyway, now I just believe you walk up to that manager, not an email, not a text, walk up to them if you can physically, if you're in close proximity, or if you got to make a phone call because you're in another location. Well, you know what? Ask them for a raise. You're going to have to justify it. There's a whole procedure on how to do that. But the procedure is justify what you should be paid, understand what the market compensation rate is, but ask for that raise. That is going to tell you all you need to know about how they feel about you. But don't sit, don't stew, don't worry that, hey, I'm not making enough money, man, and I just gotta, I gotta accept it. So ask for that raise. Don't be shy about it. They're not going to be shy about telling you what to do. Don't be shy about asking them to pay you fairly. Number 3, I always believe this. Keep your eyes, keep your ears open to the job market. What's going on? It doesn't hurt to come home once a week, maybe twice a week, depending on what you want to do, how eager you are to know about the job market, but know what's going on. Know what's going on in that market. So many people, they take a job, they think, okay, this is okay. I'm just going to stay here. There's nothing better out there, and they don't keep their eyes or their ears open to seeing or hearing what is available. And you can do it easily now with the internet. It's so simple to do. But too many people just, you know what? They just say, hey, I got this job. That's okay. But, we know that people who are over 50, we know statistics show that, and this is very interesting, that 56% of workers over 50 are pushed out of their job. They're pushed out because of their age. If you know that stat, you're older, just keep your eyes and your ears open to new opportunities. Number 4, don't risk your health. I mentioned number 1, the number 1 when I said don't stay at a job you hate. There's people that will stay at a job that they hate, and it's going to cause them emotional stress. But there's also jobs that are not good for your health, jobs that are too physical. Got a guy that I know. He works for a major retailer, and he's in his mid 60s. Super nice guy. I talked to him, and he's lifting up these heavy boxes. He's running down the aisle. He's stocking stuff as fast as he possibly can because he needs the money. And I get it. I know he needs that money, that needs that cash, needs that paycheck. He's got to have it. I understand that. But from what he's showing me by his time that he's walking, he's trying to scurry down that aisle. But you know what? He struggles. He struggles. And he told me one day, I spoke to him. He said, Lou, he's breathing real heavy. He says, I don't know how much longer I can do this. This is killing me. Plan, man, plan an alternative. You got to come up with a plan, and there's got to be another position. Even going to that company, even going to that manager and say, you know what, this is taxing. This job is becoming a little bit more physical than is really, I think, is good for me. Is there another position here that I could train for? Find it out. It's not, if your health is at risk, don't stay. I know a lot of folks that do, and not just this gentleman I'm talking about, but other people as well who contact me here at Over 50 TV. It's not good for your health. Don't stay, or don't stay in that same position. Now, another thing is, don't look at that position that you're in, especially if you're over 50 years old. Don't look at it as a stepping stone. I get it. I get there's a lot of folks who you're at a job, you're working, and you're thinking, man, you know what? I'm doing this job, and I know I'm going to get that promotion. I know I'm going to get it. And yeah, maybe you will get it, but maybe you won't get it. When I say don't look at it as a stepping stone, don't look at it as a stepping stone. Decide in your mind, this is what I want. This is where I want to be, and go for it. If you, like I said, you plan, you just go ahead and you plan it. You look at your career and you say, you know what, this isn't something that I want to stay at. This isn't a position. I'm 50 plus years old. I need to get what I need now, not tomorrow. Another thing, I say this all the time, and I have a little list here that I'm looking at. Thank you. Just got a little message there. But you know what? Here's the thing. If you are hoping and not making it happen, if you're hoping and not making it happen, it's not a recipe for success. You've got to make things happen in your life. And the way you do it is my next career trap to avoid is people don't plan. They don't look to the future. They're not planning ahead to where they need to be, where they should be. You got to plan. You've always got to have a plan. And yeah, I'm not talking about this multi-page plan. I'm talking about a one-pager where you write down, this is what I want to do, and this is how I'm going to get there. Creating a plan isn't difficult. Creating a plan with milestones, with telling yourself in 3 months I want to be here, in 6 months I want to be here. People that I speak to, especially older folks, kind of just glide. They're gliding and they're saying, well, this is the job. I'm glad I have a job. I'm just happy. Hey, it took me years to get the job, and I totally understand that. Don't leave that job. But at the same time, if you're hoping that you're going to get that promotion, hoping you're going to get that raise, hoping things are going to get better for you, well, that doesn't always happen. So make it happen. Make it happen for you, and do the steps, take the steps that you need to take to make it happen. Now, another thing, it's never too late to plan. It's never too late to plan. And I say this all the time when I talk to people. They'll ask me, they'll say, well, you know what, Lou, I'm in my 50s. I'm 50, 55, I'm 60. What am I planning for, man? I'm just looking forward to retiring. Well, you know what? That's okay. But There are many folks, and you can go online, you can find them. It's so easy to find people who will tell you, or watch this channel, look at the comments, read the comments, people who will tell you, you know what, I was going to retire. I was hoping to retire at 60, 65, 67, but I can't retire, Lou. For whatever reason, they're unable to retire. It's so important for you to understand that you've got to go ahead and you've got to make that plan. And you got to plan your finances. You've got to plan for that retirement. If you are older, you're planning ahead. If you're younger, I always like the people, the folks that are a bit younger. They're saying, you know what, Lou, I am planning ahead. And I like the people that are older that are saying, I am planning ahead. You've got to plan. Don't sit back. Don't take the situation that you're in and say, this is the situation I'm in. This is where I'm going to be tomorrow, and just accept it. Plan ahead. Plan everything. Plan everything and include milestones. Another thing I got on my list here, number 8, do not look to HR to rescue you from a bad boss. And I think most of us know this, and we're older. I got to say, I think most of us understand HR will not rescue you. HR is working for that company. HR is working for that boss, and it's in their best interest to make sure that that manager is happy, because what they think is, hey, these employees are going to come and go, and that manager may come and go. But that manager, I have more interaction with that manager than I have with that worker. And oftentimes they have no interaction whatsoever with that worker. So what I'm suggesting to you is, don't look at HR as the savior. Don't look at HR as a person or a department that's going to rescue you from that bad boss, because it's not going to happen. The only one that's going to rescue you from a bad boss is you. Number 9, don't depend on your current position. Don't depend on where you're at, that current position that you're at now. What we see is so much change, so much disruption in the marketplace. We see things like AI that is now we know it's going to disrupt many, many fields. It's going to cause many folks to lose their jobs. Don't depend on your current position. And what I would suggest you do is, number 10 is constantly sharpen your skills. Constantly sharpen your skills, take more classes, or learn a new skill. Sharpen those skills. Don't sit back. And all what I'm telling you in this is not meant to be as somebody who is just going ahead and giving a lecture and saying, well, do this or do that. It's based on experience, my friends. It's just based on the experiences that I've seen and that other viewers have seen. I have a viewer, of somebody who watches my channel here all the time. She goes by the handle of Annie Shenanigans, or Annie's Shenanigans. And it's really interesting to me, because she's always, when she comments on my videos, and she comments frequently, she gives me some really good advice, and she shares a lot of the stuff that she knows and she's learned over time. But she says the same thing, man. You cannot depend on your current position. You've got to sharpen your skills, and you've got to look at sharpening your skills as the best way to ensure that you're always going to have a good job. And again, you can look at comments. There's so many comments from other viewers on here who know of what I speak. They know it's true. You've got to do that. So that is number 10, but I'm going to give you actually a little bit of a bonus here. That's number 11. And this is something that I believe in and truly know, is that when we limit ourselves, when we say, yeah, this is good enough for me, then what we do is we start looking at our budget and we just start cutting away. And those things that make us happy, those things that give us joy, those things that we really, truly need and want, you know what we do? We kind of put them away. We shove them away in a drawer. We kind of just say, or maybe just forget them completely. But when we limit ourselves, we will not be happy. Set your goals high. Now, many times I've read setting your goals high is the way that you are going to get ahead. What I know is setting your goals high is how you get ahead and how you get what you want. So That's all I got for you today, my friends. Avoid these, and as I look at my notes here, it says avoid these 10 career traps. HR won't rescue a 50-year-old from a bad boss. The only one that's going to rescue you is yourself. And I'm going to suggest that you think about it, maybe watch this video a couple different times. Maybe you'll watch it and you'll say, you know what, man, everything on there is right. Maybe you'll think only a few things are right. But regardless, I'm saying this, the only one that's going to rescue you is you. Well, that's all I got for you today on this live stream coming from sunny, beautiful Cleveland, Ohio. I'm looking out the window here and I am saying this is a good day to be outside. It's a good day to be on the lake. It's a good day just to enjoy yourself. It's a good day to work. All right, my friends, as I said, this video is sponsored by Career Fitter. And if you are looking for a new job, you're not completely sure how to go about doing it, we'll take that career aptitude test and it will give you what has been told me. It was told to me even today, this morning, by one of my viewers who decided they were going to take that career aptitude test. He said, Lou, this thing was so accurate. I say it is scary accurate in what it predicts and what it suggests for you. That's all I got for you, my friends. Have a great day, everybody.